my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Vanessa. I am a 47-year-old mommy of 3 boys, and I live in the south of Morocco. Yes, now I am 47. It was my birthday this week, and I had tons of fun celebrating with my family. Okay, so for today's video, I'll be showing you everything that I'm gonna have to eat, and I am finally making for you guys my very requested meatloaf recipe. I hope that you will enjoy it. If any of you guys try it, please let me know what you thought. So without further ado, let's get into the video and let's start cooking. All right, you guys, I have a new breakfast obsession, which is super easy to make, and I wanted to show that to you guys. So I have here half a cup of blackberries, and these are frozen. And then I have half a cup of blueberries, which are also frozen. I have 1 small banana, which is sliced. I have 1/4 of a cup of oats, and it says half here, but it's half a decilitre, which is deciliter. So it's not half a cup, just in case you guys are wondering. So 1/4 cup of oats, and then I have a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Whatever your preferred choice of plant milk is good. Today I am using soy milk because that's what I have on hand. All right, so we're gonna put all of these ingredients into one of these cups that I love so much and that are like pretty deep, you can see. And I'm gonna cover up all of the ingredients with plant milk, and I'm gonna pop it into the oven at 375 Fahrenheit or 180 C for about 30 to 40 minutes. And you're going to want to cover this with some tin foil. So I am getting my breakfast ready, and although I don't typically like to have veggies with my first meal, I don't know, I was just in the mood for these. My husband brought them back from a trip that he just went on recently, and they looked so good to me. So I just steamed them up really quickly. These are like baby asparagus, by the way. And then I have a few of these, which are actually from my garden. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys my papaya tree. You see?
I think I saw your face in the moon. I promise I'll be with you as soon as I find a way up. Yeah. 'Cause you're farther than a kiss on the phone.
All right, you guys, so here are the veggies that we will need to make this lentil loaf. And as you can see, this is the celery that I am working with here, that we have here in Morocco. We don't find the big stalks of celery that they have in the States. So I just use these little stalks, and it works just fine. And then I have 1 fennel, 1 carrot, 2 leeks, and 1 onion. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to wash all of these veggies, and I'm gonna chop them up really finely.
About you, I'll never know.
All right, so here are all the vegetables chopped, and I just wanted to show you how finely I like to chop them. Also, you might be wondering what this actually is. I remember that I had some leftover mushrooms in the fridge, so I decided to add them into the meatloaf as well. It's gonna be really good, and it's gonna give a really good taste to the meatloaf. So those are a little bit of mushrooms. So here you can see that you have the fennel that is really finely chopped, as well as the carrots, and we have the leek here, the onions, and the celery. All right, I'm gonna put everything into a pan, and we're gonna move on to the next step. Okay, so before you put everything into the pot, you're gonna wanna prepare 3 cups of water and just set it aside, 1 cup of brown lentils, and half a cup of red lentils. So now I'm gonna put everything into my pot. All of my veggies here with the water, the brown lentils, and the red lentils.
I hope that one day we'll be in love when you're not far away. You really make me wanna fly. Cross my heart and hope to die.
So So while everything is cooking up on the stovetop, you're gonna take 2 cups of oats and we're gonna process them into the food processor to make oat flour.
Lonely, you're the reason why I can feel those butterflies when I go to sleep at night.
So this is cooking very well. And I also wanted to mention that I had to add in another cup of water because I didn't have enough. So in total, I added 4 cups of water to the pot, but I will link the entire recipe in the description box down below. So now we're just gonna wait until all the water cooks down and we're left with no more water in this pot. Okay, so now the lentils and the veggies are all cooked. And the reason that I had to add a little bit more water is because all of the water had evaporated, but my lentils weren't cooked yet. They still had too much of a bite to it. So, you know, you just have to check, and sometimes you need to add more water, sometimes you don't. So now I am going to add the flax egg. And I'm gonna add the spices. And I'm gonna stir that all in nicely. And now we're gonna add the oat flour. So I like to add it little by little so that I don't add too much, but normally I end up using everything because I like my lentil loaf to be nice and compact, not chewy or gooey, if you know what I mean. Okay, so now this is the perfect consistency that I like. It's a little bit like a paste, and this is what's gonna make this lentil loaf real compact, not mushy. This is the stage in the recipe where most people mess up because they end up not using enough oat flour, and you just have to be careful. And if you don't have enough oat flour, add in something else. Add some cornstarch or add a little bit of white flour if you have to, but you know, make sure it's really nice and dense and compact like this. All right, now we're gonna transfer it into a pan and put it into the oven. Okay, I have transferred it into a pan, and now you want to push it all the way down to the end, make it nice and dense. This smells so good, you guys. Okay, now I'm gonna pop this a first time in the oven for 15 minutes at 180 C or 350 Fahrenheit. And then once it has been in there for about 15 minutes, I'll take it out. I'm gonna add some ketchup on the top and I'm gonna put it back in for another 15 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 15-20 minutes and you just have to check depending on your oven, but as you can see here, there's a little bit of crust that's starting to form. So this would be a good time to put the ketchup. Really? You can use as little or as much as you want. I like to use a lot because I feel like it caramelizes and it makes a really nice glaze. All right, now I'm gonna put it back in the oven for another 15 to 20 minutes.
When I go to sleep at night, lonely, you're the reason why I can feel those butterflies. When I go to sleep at night, I finally know the reason why, yeah. I'm never really satisfied, yeah. Waking up a paradise, yeah, without you by my side. Imagine I walk through your doorway. Imagine skipping all the foreplay. Imagine all the stars in one place. 'Cause you really make me wanna fly. Cross my heart and hope to die. Lonely, you're the reason why I can feel those butterflies when I go to sleep at night.
There you go, my beautiful friends. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I very much look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye, everyone.
My heart